All right. So welcome. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to talk about change. We're going to talk about how fear can sometimes dictate changes in our life. And I want to have the conversation turn towards how you can overcome fear and make better choices in life. So lead your life by the thoughts that you have of what you want to change. Don't be led to change by fear. So we're going to talk tonight about change. What are some things that have changed throughout your life? Just talking generalities. We'll get more specific.
Jobs.
Keep it simple. I know how deep you go. Keep it simple.
Jobs.
Jobs. Jobs is a good one.
Relationships.
Relationships. Good.
Children.
Children. Okay. What else?
Illness.
Illness.
Death.
Death.
Moving.
Moving. You're rolling right now. You're
Well,
good.
this has happened to me.
I know. Happens to everybody at some point or another. Some people get spaced out. Some happen right sequentially. What else? How about your own life, your own body? Do you start out like this?
No.
You gonna end up like this?
No.
Okay, so just think about the changes you go through, because change is natural, change is normal, change is what's supposed to happen. Change in your body, it happens physically by chemicals, by the nervous system in the body. Change is a normal thing, but most people resist change. We are creatures of habit. We get stuck in a rut. We enjoy where we are and what we're doing, and we do it so long until something jars us from that rut. So I want to go through with you just what you can do and how change impacts your decisions, and how oftentimes it's led by fear. But don't let fear be a driver. Let fear be a motivator, but not a driver in your life. I don't know why they come so blurry when they get enlarged. But the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. So who said that? Socrates. Unless, of course, you're Bill and Ted, that's Socrates. But yes, Socrates. So the founder of philosophy talked about this secret is to focus your energy. Why is that? Why is that the secret? Why is focusing your energy important?
So you can achieve the change.
So you can achieve the change. What happens when you don't focus your energy?
You're not going
Give a metaphor in life. I mean, any experience where you haven't been successful at something because your energy was diverted and you were focusing on other things? Name a high school boyfriend, right? Seriously. Okay? So when you focus all your energy on something, okay, especially don't resist changing from something, build new things. Growth happens when your body accepts change. So picture when you get so used to doing something, you can literally drive to work and get to work and not realize that you remember the drive to work. You were so busy thinking about other things that you'll get there and you can literally think to yourself, I don't remember driving here. Because you're so wrapped up in your thoughts, because you've done it so often, it's just routine. If it's routine, there's no thought, there's no growth in that. Your body grows when you're doing something it's difficult, has difficulty with, something it's challenged by. The one recommendation I would always make to patients, if I only get to make one recommendation at all, would always be to get an exercise ball. And to just sit on an exercise ball. Get rid of a chair, sit on an exercise ball. Because to sit on a ball is wobbly, is hard. And that's what makes it valuable. Is that creates neuroplasticity or nerve growth. And it makes your body adapt and to function better. It's more stimulating for a senior to sit on an exercise ball than to do crossword puzzles. And we know how valuable crossword puzzles are. That's a mental, hey, keep your brain thinking about words. This is a physical, helps you move. So in the middle of the night when you get up to go to the bathroom, you're less likely to stub your toe and fall and land on the ground. Because at a certain point in your later years, when you hit the ground that hard, you're likely to break something. And when you break something, you'll end up in a hospital bed and develop pneumonia. Never turns out well. So focus your energy on building something new. Building, making it better, making it growing, not withering, not waiting. Don't wait and save all your energy for the very end and then you have no time to enjoy it. Focus your energy on building, on growth. Your body is built, it's primed for this. And your body is built for change. You live in a world that constantly changes. We didn't mention anything about the seasons, but you constantly are under change. Where we live, very seasonal. So you have to adapt and experience changes. Most Americans don't change. The world around them changes, but they don't. And that's the foundation reason why most people are sick. The minute your body is incongruent with nature, you're vulnerable. And most people think you get sick because of germs. You get sick because you're attacked by germs. I did a report with a patient today, and I said, as we stood in this room, how many germs do you think are in this room? She said, millions? So I smiled. I gave her a probiotic capsule. The bottle was like this big. In it were 60 capsules. Each capsule is 15 billion just in the capsule. I'm not doing that math. That's a lot. Okay? So if that's in the capsules, picture what's in your room. Trillions of bacteria are all around you all the time. If germs made you sick, you'd be dead. It's your inability to fight them, your susceptibility that makes you vulnerable to getting sick. Picture, flu season's coming. Why do we call it flu season? Play the game. Why do we call it flu season? Everyone in there is being like, yeah, flu season's coming. Yeah, I know, right? You'll hear it on TV and the radio, flu season. You guys don't know the answers, but flu season. Right?
Flu seasons all year. We're just more susceptible in the winter because we're inside in lights. We're not outside in the fresh air.
We change. We become more vulnerable. See, the flu is around all year long. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't have a summer home. The flu is always here. The only reason there's a seasonality is because of our bodies. Is that we live in an environment that's harder for us to survive and thrive in the fall, winter, spring. As there's a drop in sunshine, just as the trees respond by changing their leaves and dropping their leaves, we respond by that drop in vitamin D. It decreases your immune system. And then we double down. And during flu season, or when we experience the sugar rush of Halloween, Christmas, and Easter, and that's coincidentally the beginning, the height, and the end of flu season, but all things that suppress our body make us susceptible. You laugh, it's true. So it's less of a germ theory of people getting sick because of germs. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to swim in a cesspool. But it's less of a susceptibility issue in terms of, it's less of a germ issue than a susceptibility issue. If germs cause a sore throat, you'd have a sore throat, the mouth would be infected, your nose, your sinus would be infected, your bronchioles, your lungs. It's a tube. It would be infecting the entire thing. When bacteria grow in a petri dish, they don't grow in one little spot. Give them time, they grow everywhere. So the question nobody ever asks is, why does it happen right there? Why does the culture grow where it grows? When you get a sore throat, you can pinpoint it. You can be like, oh, it's right there. You can find the soreness in the throat. It's not everywhere. That's the most susceptible spot. And it's susceptible because of this. Because these nerves control every part of your body, and they control how you work. If they don't move right, if your spine doesn't move right, your nerve system doesn't function right. Your nerve system's job is to run the rest of you, runs your immune system, runs your digestive system, cardiovascular system, it runs everything. And if you have a problem with this, you get a problem with this. So the minute you cause a breakdown in how something, one of these joints, one of the curves in your spine functions, this is America. This is normal. This is America. Okay? The minute you cause a change in the physics, it's all physics of how this works, you get a change in how the function works. And if normal is called healthy, then abnormal has to be sick. And the minute you get a change in this structure, it doesn't work right, which means it works wrong. Which means your susceptibility increases. You become vulnerable, not everywhere, at the very physics of where it bends wrong. And that's where you're going to break down. It's physics. And it's physics applied to your body. It's called the laws of biology. And your body is going to break down and it's going to get sick. So what you can do is understand, what can you be building? What can you focus your energy for? Because your nerve system delivers electricity like your heart delivers blood. Not electricity like on-off light switch. Like complexity of a high definition TV, not 4K, but like 64,000K. Like TVs we haven't seen yet. Pixels, deep depth of color and complexity. Your nerve system talks in degrees of shades and things like that. Like, it's able to communicate not just on-off, like analog, it's digital. It communicates in levels of a conversation that dictate how your physiology is going to function. And there are 4 trillion reactions that happen simultaneously that you're not even aware of. And so change is focusing your energy. And I talk about it because that's what your nervous system does. That's what your spinal cord does, is it uses your energy to adapt to change. The only way you're ever going to change anything is through this. When you drive a new route to work and you're like this on the road, you're trying to figure out where you're going, this is what's focusing all that attention. And the next time you do it with reflex and muscle memory and memory of what you've done, you'll get there a little bit quicker, and then quicker, and then quicker until it's routine, until this does it automatically. If you wake up on time, on the same time every day, your body just wakes up without an alarm clock. Not every part of your body, this part of you. The part that adapts. This is what changes when these hurricanes are rolling through and the pressure goes from high to low. Everyone with a surgery or damage to a knee joint, especially, but any joint in the body, where they have scar tissue, they can tell it's going to rain. They can tell the seasons change. They can tell a front comes through because every part of the body swells except for the scar, and you feel that pull, and that's how you know a storm's coming. So your body adapts that. Your eustachian tube opens up when you're in an airplane. So when a storm comes through, it opens up the same way. And if it doesn't, you feel an ache and you start playing with your ear. And if you're a little toddler, you go like this, and we bring you to a doctor who says, oh, you've got a bacteria in your ear. We'll give you an antibiotic for the last 20 years. And then we realize, oh, sorry, it's not caused by antibiotics. So maybe we'll give you antiviral. It's all the nerve system. It opens the eustachian tube and it balances pressure. So change is what you're built for, and change is what your nervous system does. And if you focus your energy, you'll be able to build towards greater growth in something new. It all happens through your brain, spinal cord, and your nervous system. It's how your body adapts, and it's built to do that. So you might as well use it to create change. Fear is good. Fear heightens your alertness. Fear comes from being in a situation where you were scared enough that now you're on heightened alert to be paying attention. Again, you go down to the watering hole and alligator comes up and tries to grab you. Next time you go down to the watering hole, fear is going to be what's keeping you alert, keeping you aware, keeping you alive. Fear will drive this to react differently, to release special chemicals that your nervous system is ready to react quickly, and your muscles are able to jump. So fear dictates lots of our decisions. It dictates how we're able to change and adapt to things. But use fear for power, use fear for good. Use fear to be aware and to not get sloppy, lazy, or dangerous. But always make your choices and your decisions in life based on what you want to be building towards. Be proactive, not reactive. Change can be scary, but you know what's scarier? Allowing fear to stop you from growing, evolving, and progressing. Okay? Mandy Hale. Growing, evolving, and progressing. What do those words mean to you? Which of those is the most powerful word to you?
Growing.
Okay?
Evolving.
Okay?
I'll say progressive.
There it is! There it is! Okay? Scarier, okay, change is scary, but allowing fear to stop you. When did humans stop evolving?
We're still evolving.
Thank you. When did you stop growing?
We're still growing.
Thank you. So, have you finished progressing?
No, we're progressing.
No. So, fear stops normal. That's what your body's built to do. You will grow, hopefully you guys more than me, but the last day of your life, your hair will grow. Your fingernails will grow. You will make new skin cells. You will make new cells in almost every part of your body the day you die. Your body never stops growing. It doesn't get larger, but it constantly replaces itself. Constantly updates stuff. So you're constantly growing. Evolving is simply learning. Evolving means that you handle or you address a situation differently than you used to. Whether we as a species do it, or you as an individual do it, but your ideas constantly evolve. Things that we were taught constantly change. So evolution in thought, in biology, in anything is a constant. And fear stops it. Picture how many times fear has gotten in the way of an intellectual idea. You know? So any thoughts that you have, fear usually is the thing that gets us off track. That gets us sidelined into thinking something stupid. And it's that overcoming of the fear that gets us back on track of making smart, normal decisions again. And progressing, that's simply trying to do something better, more efficiently. That's the job of your nervous system. It's to help you address how to function more efficiently in everything you're doing. So don't let fear stop you, because fear's the brake. So what's the gas pedal? What do you use to build? What do you use to drive the energy to grow, evolve, and progress?
Overcoming your fears in a positive way.
So in what ways do you overcome fears?
Oh, I got a long story.
Keep
for
it
that.
simple, keep it
No.
surface, keep it
Go
simple.
on. Go on, you know my
How do you
story.
overcome fear?
No.
How do you overcome fear?
Just face it.
Okay, just face it.
Just do it.
Face your fears. It's a phrase on purpose. You know, everyone knows that phrase because it's the truth.
Don't
There's
be
a great
afraid of
one of my
change.
favorite commercials on TV says the hard thing and the right thing are the same thing.
Yeah.
It's true. You do something easy, there's no value. There's no valor in easy. Anyone can do it. So doing something hard, doing something difficult is valuable because it creates this. Right? Working out. You go to the gym and you work out. Easy to sit on the couch or easy to go to the gym? Right. So the hard thing is go to the gym. Because going to the gym will get your body in shape. Now, your DNA never changes throughout your whole life. Sorry, OJ. I always say OJ Simpson found that out the hard way. Okay? Your cells all have the same DNA and it never changes. So, if your DNA never changes, but yet you can slovenly do nothing and look out of shape, and then a year later be working out really hard, run a marathon, be working in the gym, get all buff and look different, how is that possible if your DNA doesn't change? I just want you to think about it. Your body uses all sorts of chemicals and nerves to function to help your cells adapt to what you're doing. In the summertime, you've got more vitamin D in your bloodstream, which means your immune system works differently and your liver works differently and it filters toxins and it's ready to eat the things Mother Nature grows in the garden to utilize those nutrients to replenish your body, to help you store up those minerals so that you can get through. You can't store them long term, but it helps you build a defense to make it through the winter. But you're supposed to experience winter up here. When it gets cold, you're supposed to be in winter mode. We're ideally not supposed to be eating summer fruits all winter long. It doesn't work that way in your body. So change can be important. Change is important to evolve, progress, and grow. But if you don't change, if you eat the same foods all year long, but your body goes from hot to cold, your vitamin D levels drop, everything about your body from nature changes, but you don't, you become incongruent with nature. And incongruent is artificial. It's abnormal. And abnormal is the definition of every disease we have.
Isn't fear also, you can overcome it by positive thoughts and also having catalysts in life which make you face the fears and then you move on and you're evolving and progressing?
Absolutely. You're perfect. Your body, fear is stress. And stress has 3 solutions. There's only 3 kinds of stress. There's physical stress, chemical stress, and mental stress. That's it. This is the only cause of death ever. It creates lots of symptoms that we identify as the thing that was the symptom that killed somebody, like heart attack, cancer, stroke, diabetes, obesity, all sorts of things. But those are all the symptoms of this. So if you're not adapting, if fear is affecting you, you can change physically, right? Deer freeze in headlight, right? Don't freeze like a deer in headlights. I mean, they talk about these things. Physically, your body's different. Physically, with fear, your body starts to produce chemicals like cortisol, stress hormones, that are different than normal. Completely different than when you need to grow a baby. And your body makes those fear chemicals, cortisol, from progesterone. So the thing that helps to grow a baby, what your uterus needs to grow a baby, progesterone, if you have a severe fear reaction, it can steal the progesterone to make cortisol, and you won't have enough progesterone, and you'll lose a baby. It's called a spontaneous abortion under intense amounts of fear. And I'm sure at some point, thousands of years ago, predators came around, lack of food, something. That severe fear might have saved a mother's life at the expense of the baby, tragically as it might be, but it allowed the mother to keep living to have more babies. But that's how your body's built. It's wired like that. But physically, it can cause a chemical reaction through a thought.
Right.
People on the racehorses, they bet on the horse that goes to the bathroom before the race. If you went and spoke in front of 10,000 people, you'd probably go to the bathroom before you spoke. So the mental things you think cause changes in your body. And that fear causes changes chemically, physically. Changes in your body. Puberty is a chemical change. And that's responsible for how you physically look as much as menopause is, as much as a drop in those same chemicals causes aging. All those chemically based that cause physical changes that affect mental capacity. You can't separate them. That's how your body works. And it's all intertwined through the chemicals in your body that are secreted through the nervous system. There's this part of your brain that runs you. It's Mission Control Center. If you've seen the movie, my kids are going to kill me right now. Inside Out. They get the little control panel. I love talking about puberty at the end. But the control panel, it's all those hormones, those sorts running in your body, but the control panel is in your brain. Your pituitary. It sits within two giant lakes in your brain where your cerebral spinal fluid sits. And the spinal fluid is filled with chemicals that flush from your brain. That causes a systematic change in your nervous system, but through the chemistry that causes the nervous system to now function differently in your body. It's so amazing. We know nothing about it still. It's sad. 50 years from now, they're going to laugh. We are going to laugh at what we knew in 2017 about the nervous system. As much as you think about, imagine having some procedure done from 1950, 1960. You'd be like, no thanks. No. You'll say the same thing about today, even though we think we're so advanced. So just know, change is good, as long as you're open-minded to all options. Okay? So many of our healthcare decisions are made by the same people making the same choices that they limit all the options. It's just going to make them laugh. We're just going to laugh at that decision later because they're going to miss some obvious things. So if we were honest about a healthcare system, we'd put everything on the table to see what works. So change is necessary. Change is normal. Change is what your body's built to do, and change happens to your nervous system. So make sure that you use change for benefit, that you channel your energy to creating growth and opportunity by addressing your stresses, respecting your stresses, but address them so that your body functions as normal as possible, because all those major symptoms we know of, all those disease states are symptoms. And it's stupid to treat symptoms. It's stupid to treat heart disease the way we do right now. It's unsuccessful. That's why it's the leading cause of death for the last 100 years. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. Because we're looking at it wrong. Heart disease is a symptom, just like cancer, is a symptom, just like having a rock in your shoe gives you pain. And if you want an aspirin for a rock in your shoe, you probably laugh at me. If you had a rock in your shoe, you're not looking for an aspirin.
Right.
So to treat the symptom instead of the cause makes no sense in that example. But it's what we do for other things because we don't realize it's not the cause. We think it's the problem. But it's not the problem, it's a symptom. There's an underlying problem. And until you address that problem, you're never going to solve it. You can treat it. We're getting extremely good at treating it. We can build a better pain pill. But at the end of the day, if you get rid of the cause, the pain goes away on its own. If you stop violating the body, you don't get heart disease. But we don't look at it right. So I just want you to think, change in your body, it's built for change. It's built to adapt. It's built to engage in what's happening in your environment. And the more it does it, the healthier it'll be. The more you're outside, the healthier you'll be. The more you're inside, the sicker you're going to be. This is an artificial environment. And every animal kept in captivity is sicker than every animal in the wild. In every zoo, in every corporate building in America. So just know that the more you can allow your body to respond normally, physically, chemically, mentally, the healthier you're going to be overall. So stop looking for happiness in the same place you lost it.
Great.
If you're
great.
doing something and you're not happy with it, do something else. Change where you are, change what you are, change what you're doing. But if you've been doing the same things and you're not getting what you want, then Einstein says it, the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again and expecting a different result. So if it's not working, change. Use fear as a motivator, but don't let it be the driver. And use change to allow your body to function, to grow, to be bigger and better than it was before. Different, recognizably different. Things in your life may never be the same. We've all had things that it was better before. It might have been, for one reason or another, things that we missed. We were stuck with that thought, that memory. And we can hold that memory. It can be true and it can be a positive experience in our life. But you have to change and create something new and keep growing, keep going, or your body begins to wither. So find purpose, find reason to be happy and search for that happiness in a new place and create that change that will allow your body to function like it's supposed to. And then it will evolve. Then it will progress. Okay? Then it will respond like it's designed to. And you will be healthier. And with health comes happiness. Okay? Find your change. Be the change you want to see in the world. It's my favorite Gandhi quote. Be the change you want to see. So have a good night. Thank you very much.